Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mario Pedro Gould. You are now tuned into the Alpha Success Television Network, and today's presentation is actually a continuation of the presentation that we had last time as it pertains to, why is it that you haven't achieved the goals that you had set for yourself 3 to 5 years ago? What went wrong? And once you've discovered what went wrong, how can you correct that? Well, you need to go back and watch that presentation because the information that we actually are going to be delving into in this presentation is going to tie in very well with what we just spoke about last week. So anyway, for me, I spoke about some of the challenges that I had. Once I put down my goals, on a piece of paper. When I found my goals 3 or 5 years later, I found that I hadn't accomplished the goals that I had set for myself a few years back. And the reason I hadn't accomplished the goals is because when I actually put down those goals, I did not know what it would actually take for me to realize those goals. Interestingly enough, over the past 3 to 5 years, I have been on a journey of self-discovery that has positioned me to speedily manifest and create every single dream that I have, between my ears. So the foundation of today's speech, of today's conversation, not speech, of today's communication between you and I revolves around, for me, the power that self-education has had in developing me into the kind of person who is able to go out into the world and to create anything that my heart so desires. Get this right, ladies and gentlemen. Get this right, ladies and gentlemen. Success has got very little to do with what you do in the outside world. It's very little to do with what you do. It's more to do with who you are. Because if you can get yourself into the right kind of individual, you can do anything in the world that your heart so desires to create a success, given that you have the talents, the knowledge, and the skills for your chosen field play. So what really inspired today's conversation was, I just finished reading a book. I'm a voracious reader, and I decided that, books have had a significant, ability to shift my perceptions, a significant ability to change my psychology, to change how I actually view the world and how I view myself. So I decided to go to, the MPG private section library. I have a private library that holds the books that have had the most significant impact in my life, and then the rest of the books I put them, in my bedroom. So out of this MPG private library, I decided to pick out 4 books, and I'd like to walk you through these 4 books and show you how they tie in to solving some of the problems, the challenges that I had that prevented me from attaining the success that I desired. And as I have gone through this journey of learning the information in these books, my ability to manifest and create success has exponentially increased. So without no further ado, let me pick up on the first book that I just actually finished reading right now. Is the book by Nathaniel Branden. It's called The 6 Pillars of Self-Esteem. Ladies and gentlemen, self-esteem has been a very important subject in my own life, because as I was growing up, as I went into the business world, I discovered very easily that I'm confident, like I'm hungry, I normally go for mine. But once I get what it is that I want, somehow, someway, I used to always find a way to mess it up. And when I started discovering why I find ways to mess things up, I discovered that it's tied into my self-esteem. It's tied into low self-worth. It's tied into traits of self-hatred. Now, you're going to say, Mario, is it possible that you had low self-esteem? Is it possible that you exhibited self-hatred behavior? Yes, I had a very mentally and physically devastating childhood that led to me developing low feelings of self-worth. Now, these are very high levels. This is very high levels of information on success that we're talking about. If you have low levels of self-esteem, you will discover that low levels of self-worth, a lot of self-hatred, you will discover that you're not able to visualize yourself as somebody who's successful, and therefore you can't see beyond what is in front of you. I'll give you a good example. Some people see making $1 million as a big deal because their self-concept doesn't relate to them making $1 million. They don't believe they are worthy of $1 million. Some people do not believe they're worthy of the beautiful, sexy model. Some people believe they're not worthy of the phenomenal body. Some people believe they're not worthy to be happy. So self-esteem has been a very deep study for me. Everywhere I go, I moved in the business environment. I kept discovering that I have to have very high levels of self-worth to be able to have a conversation with you without anxiety, without nervousness, without insecurity, and then consequently I can inspire trust between me and you, and trust is the foundation of business. Trust is the foundation of success. Self-esteem is key. This is one book that helped me. Another book that really helped me back in the day. These are things that blocked me from achieving success, and I'm sharing them here with you, hoping that you too will do the same. I remember this book here. It was called Pushing to the Front, The Classic Guide to Success, Orison Swett Marden, Success and the Difficulties. This book was written like 100 years ago. But when I was reading this book, this is when I began my study on success, about 5 years ago. I had a lot of challenges. I used to drink a lot of liquor. I used to smoke a lot of cigarettes. I used to sleep with a lot of women. I used to smoke a lot of weed. I used to do a lot of stupid, dumb shit that was dissipating my energies, ladies and gentlemen. And when I was reading this book, there's a chapter that's called Cigarette. Like, who writes a book and calls a chapter Cigarette? And he talks about alcohol. And he talks about how alcohol and cigarettes actually affect your ability to be successful. He talks about thrift, saving your money. What saving your money does for your confidence, what it does for your peace of mind. And these were all issues that I had. I always used to blow my money. Like I said, I used to spend a lot of money on cigarettes and alcohol, but it was dissipating my energy, and therefore I couldn't use my energy towards success. But anyway, this book is a great book because it helped me create the habits of success. Like, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I'm like so pure. I'm like freaking vegan. But my ability to create habits of success is what's created the momentum for what's about to come. Anyway, two more books. Very powerful book, Mystic Path to Cosmic Power by Byron Howard. This book really helped me overcome feelings of anxiety, nervousness, fear. Sometimes, don't you just feel like, there's something wrong with this world, and everywhere you go, you're just scared for no reason. You're scared of people on the street, you're scared of people in the store, you're just scared. There's this fear, and this fear has a lot to do with your false self. And this book, ladies and gentlemen, really helped me see the truth. The spirit of truth. Helped me see the light. These books, when you're calm and you're peaceful, you can move faster towards attaining success. A topic that is very, very important in the pursuit of success. Now, this book by Robert Collier is called Riches Within Your Reach. It talks about the invisible side of success, which I'm not going to delve into right now. It's too deep. You have to do your own homework. But there's a hidden wall. There's a hidden side of things. There's a fast cause. You have to understand your thoughts and how they turn into success. You have to understand the God in you, your ability to create. You have to understand how to develop faith, power for successful living. Treasure mapping for supply, how to create your treasure maps, I am, the mental equivalent, the invisible world of things. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. I brought it out to you, ladies and gentlemen. Go do your homework. You too can be successful.